Hey, yo, y'all know what it is, man. It's that life in the pen, hashtag prison talk, hashtag in and out. Um, this is part two. And man, I got it. I had to. I had to break this up because I want y'all to catch all of this because I know I would have went straight through. But I know, you ugly motherfuckers don't be paying that much attention. And I don't want to lose y'all for this. I need y'all to get this. So, man, we're gonna finish up picking up where my boy Gunner left off at. So basically being in prison, to yourself. What were some of the things you seen while you was you was in a max prison, right?
Yeah, I did. I did 13 years total. 7.5 of those years were in a level 4, where you're just basically, 22 hours a day locked down. So, bro, I seen it all. I mean, what didn't I see? But it's funny we were talking about it before. It's like how many wanksters there are, though. How many freaking, how many phony ass, guys that are, you get in the street and they talk about prison, how tough and hard they are, and whatever. But in the joint, man, they're just cupcakes, man. They might be chasing booty. They might be getting high. They might be, just total like 180 from who they are. They get in the streets.
Bro, they be a house cat in the refrigerator or a freezer, cold pussy, all the way. And and somebody try to tell people are telling me like, yo, like me and you expressing it, like, I keep it real as a third. And I try to say this right here, like, I'm not one of them people that I'm not Superman. And for these dudes to come home or be, applying this, and it's like, and the people don't know no better. So they only can go off of, you know what I mean?
They buy
it. Yeah, so they buy it not knowing that 9 times out of 10, this dudes is here. I could expose so many dudes, but it's like, it's pointless the fact because you're gonna believe what you want to believe. They don't understand that when you get behind them gates and get in that world, it's a whole different world than being in the street. There's no ducking and dodging. There's no, if you got that problem, you got to deal with it, or you got to sign in.
And the thing is here's the thing you find a lot too. A lot of these. It's about thunderstorm. I'm gonna roll the window up. A lot of these cats from the street, they they're real tough when they got a gun in their hand. You know what I'm saying? But if you get to the joint, you don't have a gun in your hand. So this false sense of security, and plus it's real life in there. So a lot of guys, I didn't have to smash nobody in the joint. I think I did a good job of avoiding confrontation, and but I watched, guys, and I'd see guys, and I see this, kid off the street still thinking he's tough as hell, man. You ain't got a gun now no more. Now you're either gonna grab this knife or you're gonna get your ass beat or stabbed. So I seen a lot of guys who another thing is too, and this is from a racial perspective, is that a lot of the black kids from the hood, right? The only white people they ever encountered were dope fiends, right? And that just is what it is, especially, so you're in the hood and you're selling dope, nickel rocks or, nickel bags of heroin. You're dealing with dope fiends, these scrawny, strung out dope fiends, and they need it. And then they never had interaction with a tough white guy or whatever. So they come to prison and they talk grimy as hell like every white dude. And then you're going to run into one who's just like, I ain't the one. So I never had to do it, but I've seen it happen where, like, man, I ain't a dope fiend. I'm a gangster. And then just smash them, stab them up, whatever. Like, kids would learn a lesson. They'd learn a lesson, Like, yo, you need to respect everybody in here. Everybody. Don't underestimate nobody. But there's, like, a lot of showboating, fake fronters, man. It's bad.
It is. And you see it, and you say to yourself, you like, I remember, right, and this is my own perspective. I was always I always tell people the thing that kept me alive in prison was for one, I always was cautious, or I always paid attention to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And I always and I never judge a book by its cover. And another thing is that I would treat you if you was 4'5", 90 pounds, I would treat you like you was 7 feet, 400 pounds. That's how I'm gonna erratically come at you because you never know. I done seen the littlest guys that would wear thick ass Poindexter, them Coke bottle glasses.
Yeah, berserk.
And go berserk. And when they get that knife in their hand, or they would turn into a Wolverine, a fucking Wolverine, and back down the biggest dude. And you would see a dude that's and you'd be like, yo, you did this to yourself. Like you thought you was gonna use your weight, throw your weight around, and this damn wolf, this honey badger over here went crazy on you.
Yeah, I seen it too. The worst stabbing I saw in prison was these two white dudes, man. They're part of a gang, Latin Counts. So they started working out with me because I knew how to work out. So they were always, yo, I want to train with you, whatever. So I'm like, all right, they're straight cut white boys. I mean, just they there wasn't no like they were as white as you could get. You know what I'm saying? Like Irish. So but their gang was part black, part Latino, part whatever. And they wanted to work out with me. So one day their leader, C-Man, black dude, you kind of look like him a little bit. He came in and like changed up the structure of their daily routines. It was a big gang. And this is on the Kinross prison yard. Kinross at the time was the second most violent prison in America. It had 288 stabbings in 8 months and 2 murders. It was bad. Oh yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, it was bad. And so it's just ganged out. So I just minded my own business, working out, trying to stay to myself, stay off the grid, These dudes want to work out with me. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And I work out in the afternoon. Well, see, man, their boss comes to me and says, the leader says, yo, these guys got to start working out in the morning. I'm like, well, I work out in the afternoon, man. He's like, what are you saying? You're going to leave them hanging? You're just going to leave your boys hanging? I'm like, nah, man, but I work out in the afternoon. I'm not a morning person. I hate the morning, And he's like sweating me, like, seriously, you're just going to leave them hanging? And I was like, all right, bro, because I knew where this could go. I didn't want no problems with the dude. I knew he was a killer. I knew he was, I'm just like, all right, bro, I'll train in the morning, whatever. I'll get up in the morning, we work out together. So I changed up my whole life routine for these dudes, whatever. The next thing you know, I got like 5 or 6 guys from their set all training with me, which is no big deal. But if they get into drama, it can be a big deal because now I'm attached to their set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I'm working out, just thinking this could be bad. And then eventually one day, because I was a good trainer, I was just like, I train. Like, you grab the dumbbells, you do that, you do this, listen, push harder, breathe, blah, blah, blah. I knew what I was doing. So I'm helping these guys. So one day, we come in, it was like chest day or something, right? And like they come in, you know how it is, tension on the yard. You know when there's something about to happen. You've been there. I mean, you know when some vibe ain't right. Where people are a little quieter, lurking a little different.
Looking around.
Yeah, people got their armor on. They're wearing their coats and stuff, and they might not normally wear their state coats and trying to hide under whatever, man. They could have armor on. So I'm just sitting there, and I'm kind of something don't fit right. So these guys come in, they sit down. I'm like, yo, get the bench, get the bar, get the one over here. And like one of them picks up these little 10-pound dumbbells and starts curling. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? It's chest day. They're not listening. They're looking at. They're over looking at something else. I'm like, I don't care, bro. Whatever. I'm gonna train. I'm just forget them. I'm gonna go over here and start bench pressing and do what I do. And next thing you know, these 2 freaking white boys, man, they just freaking attacked these 2 other white dudes, man, and just put in work, man. Like stabbed them like 35 times, just stabbing the hell out of them. And I'm just like, I'm still working out. Like, what the, you know what I'm saying? And those guys, and they didn't get caught. One of them dude collapsed right there. Another dude, I don't think either one of them died, but the other dude didn't. He went back to the cell, stitched himself up, got his knife, and came back looking for him. But he ended up just having to lock up because he had wounds. He needed medical attention for him. But yeah, he was coming back to try to kill him. And that dude was a wrong guy. They weren't even trying to get him. He wasn't even the guy they were supposed to be getting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, that hurt. He went out. He stitched himself back up and came back out there though. That's hard.
He put hard. He put tape. He took tape and taped his wounds together. Stop bleeding. He locked on in my unit on my floor. That's how I know. And his bunkies told me what he did. So I knew. It was a huge compound. But he just happened to lock freaking 5 cells away from him. But I got another funny story that's about a stabbing where perfect story about heart being a pussy. So I'm sitting there on the leg press one day. And I'm really strong on legs. I got really big legs. And in the leg press, I put 1,000 pounds on there and wrap it out. Whenever I do that, a lot of people always watch me. Man, look at this freaking guy, man. He's freaking blowing it up. Like, I got every 45-pound plate in the place. So I'm sitting there about to do a set, man. And then I noticed this black dude, man. It looks like he just got his ass whooped. but he cleaned it up. Like his nose got like a bloody bruise here, and mouth a little bit bloody, bust up. He's got his coat on. He's just standing there. He's like 5 feet from me, man. And I'm like, he just got his ass whooped, man. Whatever. So I'm about to do a set, and all of a sudden these 5 dudes come in there, right? They all got their coats on, which in Michigan, I don't know if it's anywhere else, but in Michigan when they have the coats on, because it's wintertime, you're outside working, everybody's got a coat on. But in the weight pit, you usually take the coat off, wear something else, sweatshirt or whatever. But they got the coats on. Something was right when they come into the weight pit. It was a big weight pit. And they come walking in, they surround dude. And I'm so close. I mean, I'm right there. I'm on the floor next to him. And the dude was like, I thought I told your bitch ass to lock up. I thought I told your bitch ass to get out the yard. The dude was like, just standing there, not saying nothing. I thought I told you, bitch, get out the yard. He didn't do nothing. So dude just started stabbing him up. Pulled his knife. It was like, bam, bam, bam. Started stabbing him. So what, in your situation, what would you do? If you're surrounded by 5 guys, somebody stabbing you, what would you do? Run?
I'm gonna run.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take off.
So same thing, man. I'm screaming in my mind for dude to run. I'm going, run, bro, fight, run or fight something. He balls up like a freaking fetal position. Balls up, standing up like this. Covers up and just lets him work him over. I'm like, you're a straight bitch. That's Darwinism. You know what Darwinism is? Survival.
Now explain. Yeah.
So that means the weak and the dumb don't survive, can't propagate. They can't survive to mate and have babies and parents. That dude needs to be eliminated from the gene pool because he's dumb. You know what I'm saying? No fight, no flight. Get him out the gene pool. And they stab his ass.
No survival. You getting stabbed and he ain't run?
Yeah. My first instinct would have been to fire one shot, bam, hard shot, straight in the mouth or the nose, and run. Hit and run. Just give me a minute. Boom, out. I'm gone.
Get the fuck up out of there. Get up out of there.
And fight for another day. Live the fight another day.
Yo, what was the worst thing you seen where you was like, yo, I really got to do this time. Like, this is my life. Like, I really got to do this.
Okay, this is not a horrible thing, but this is when it made me realize how messed up prison was. I think this is like I first got out of the county jail and I went to quarantine. After quarantine, I went to this prison called Lapeer. Just been out a couple of weeks. Fresh fish, don't know nothing about nothing. I'm on the level 4 yard and don't really know anybody, but I like working out. I like playing basketball. I like playing sports. I'm in the weight pit, man, and there's this freaking this black dude comes up to me. He's like, yo, can I work out with you? I'm like, yeah, man, no problem. He's kind of a darker skinned black dude. Not really big, but he's definitely muscle bound. And he's like, so he starts talking to me. He's like, I just got out of the hole. I spent the last 10 years in the hole. In level 5. Been in level 5 for 10 years. And so he freaking he was racist against black people. His own race, which I thought was weird as hell. I'm like, oh, these punk ass niggers, bitch ass niggers, I'm killing these niggas. And I'm just like, what the hell's your problem, bro? But he liked me. I don't know why. He latched onto me. And so we're working out. And then one day he said he got into it with this one dude who I knew was like a gang dude, kind of stocky, whatever. So he goes, listen, freaking, I'm going to smash this dude with a lock in the gym. I'm going to the gym. He's like, I need you to hold the lock though afterwards. I'm like, what the? Nah, man, I don't want to. He's like, bro, you have to, man. I need you. And like in my mind, I'm like, if I don't do it, I look like a bitch. And then plus maybe I have a problem with him, which he spent 10 years in the hole for a reason. Because he stabbed up some other freaking dude, Now he's gonna trust me.
For the last dude that didn't hold the lock.
Right.
Right. For the last dude that didn't hold the lock.
Yeah, right. So I said, man, I tried to push it off. Like, man, I can't. Man. So we ended up going to the gym that day, and he freaking didn't hesitate, man. He walked straight in there. He put a lock on the end of a extension cord and was in there. And I don't know how I didn't see the whole thing, but the dude he hit was sitting on a bench just waiting to do a set, like catching his breath. Dude walked straight up and then just blasted him, smashed his face, hit him a couple more times, and ran out of the freaking unit and hands me the freaking thing. Hands me the thing. I stuffed my coat. And I knew them dudes saw it. And I'm like, man, this is about to get real. Like, I don't know nobody. I know these guys are, it's gang, Muslim gang. And so, man, I got to turn this off. So I basically, he hasn't gone to the hole. Like, they catch him. So they go on a camera or whatever, and they catch him. Now I got to deal with these dudes, and then so I end up like scared as hell. Finally, I just walked up to the dude. I said, "Hey man, listen, just so you know, and I ain't have nothing to do with that, bro. I mean, I don't even know the dude. He just kind of latched onto me for no reason, and I didn't know what the hell he was doing. He runs up and throws me a freaking block with a freaking thing. I didn't. And the dude could have went two ways. He could have said, "Nah, man, now you in," but he didn't. He was just like, "I know, bro. You know, you're good." And I'm like, "All right." So I thought maybe he was just kind of rocking me to sleep too, you know.
Yeah.
But he did. They didn't bother me. But at that point in time is when prison got really real. You know, that's when I saw how real it could get. You know, when you get involved with something like that. And then I started seeing the extortion plays and the over/under play, how they, you know, get a guy freaking, you know, not me, but I see how they put the extortion down, lay the play down on weak, you know, and punks and the da-da. So I'm just like, you start seeing that and you're like, damn, man, this is my life for the next 13 years. It's horrible, man.
Is this horrible? You say to yourself, you're just like, seriously, like, man, you think to yourself, like, you got to evaluate everything and say, it got to be a better way, man.
Yeah. So like you, I think you're going to be something, man. I think you're going to be something because you have a certain something that's going to make you continue down the right road. I made a conscious decision when I went to prison. I'm not going back to that life, man. I'm not. I mean, I prayed to God. Holy Spirit came over me. I said, I'm done. And a series of miracles happened in my life. My cousin reached out to me out of the blue, and another wise guy who turned his life around. He said, listen, I was crying. God told me to, you know, support you. And then he ended up starting me a Facebook page. And in 2010 or 2000, no, 2010. And it said on there I was a Christian and that I was a writer. And now I've done a good job of laying low, man. All I did was write every day, work out, stayed out of the way, try to get a good bunkie. Of course, dude, I had a million bunkies I wanted to kill. You know how that goes, man. Almost every bunkie you have, you want to end up smashing at some point. So, but I did a good job not smashing them. I did smack one up one time, but anyway. So my cousin starts his Facebook. I don't even know what Facebook is. You know what I'm saying? It's just something new. He said it could connect you to maybe some girls or whatever. So this girl ends up reaching out to me and saying, listen, I went to high school with you. You probably don't know me. I was a nerd, but all I know about you is that you were a bad guy that used to beat people up and that you were supposedly tied to the mafia. That's all I know. However, I see that you're a Christian. So am I. Maybe we can do a Bible study. Also, I work for a publisher. So I see it says here you're a writer. I'd like to read one of your manuscripts. Why, you know, maybe I can help you get it published. So I was like excited because by now I'd had hundreds of people read my manuscript, hundreds in prison, and they all were like flipped out over them. I mean, just flipped out. Everyone's like, dude, these are amazing. But, you know, there's still guys in prison. Now, there's big readers in prison. There's a lot of big readers who, you know, if anyone, you know, it's a good way to gauge your quality of your writing, guys in prison. But I wanted somebody in the street to say it. So I had my partner, I sent it to him, my friend, take the manuscript, make it into PDF and send it to this girl. And it's 1,100 pages. And she read it on her phone in 3 days. And then Jay paid me and said, listen, this is exactly what she said. He said, in publishing, you have a lot of like really good writers, but the stories aren't that great because anyone can write good. You can teach yourself. Then occasionally you have a good story, a really good story, but the writing is usually not that great. But every blue moon, she says, there's a unicorn where they do both. She's like, you're the freaking unicorn. And I was like, what? Really? Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
She said,
Love your terms.
Yeah, she said, you're the unicorn. You write extremely well, as any of the best-selling writers in the world, but the story is also amazing. So when you write really well, so she blew it out, read it, and then next thing you know, she starts writing me letters, and I start writing her letters, and I'm writing her letters, and we start writing back and forth, and it turns out like we had everything in common, and she loved the outdoors. We love, you know, everything. So anyway, we fell in love through love letters, bro. 1,000 pages. We wrote like 1,000 pages of love letters. I'm gonna open this window up because I'm hot. So I didn't start my car. So we wrote back and forth for a year before we finally said, let's get on the phone and talk. And eventually we got on the phone and talked, and that woman became my wife, bro. She waited 6 years for me.
That's dope.
Yeah. She said, where do you want to live when you get out? I told her up north in northern Michigan, out in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, so I can go fishing and hunting and play, four-wheeling, do all the stuff I want to do. And she's an executive for a publisher. She still is. She works for MIT now, a publishing department at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the real MIT.
Yeah.
So she got a place, and we lived like blissfully, man. She waited 6 years. That's gangster. Think about that.
That is
right. She went freaking out in the woods, all by herself, city girl. Started a house by herself out in the woods with two cats. Waited 6 years for her man to come home. That's gangster. So I married her the next day. Got out, got married to her, and I got baptized 20 minutes after I married her. And then we started our life, and then I started. So I'll get to how I got to Art Thing Apparel. So after we get out, I spent about 9 months kind of just dicking off, having fun, She told me, just go have fun. All my boys, they took care of me. Everybody took care of me. They bought me a car. Everybody looked out for me. I wasn't balling, but they're just like, listen, man, you're fed, you're good. Just go have fun. You spent 13 years in a cage. Have a little fun. So all I did was go fishing and camping and four-wheeling, and I bought a motorcycle and did all kinds of fun. And then it's time to publish my books. I'm like, I got to publish. I got to make a living. I got to make. So we did all the editing and proofing. It took a while. And then I published the book, and the book shot up to the number 3 within like 3 weeks. It was listed next to The Godfather, which is incredibly humbling. And you organized crime, Mafia, organized crime or Mafia, The Godfather's number 1. Then there was another book 2. I was number 3, and The Godfather hardcover was number 4. I was in front of The Godfather number 4. And so it was dope. I took a quick screenshot of it just because the algorithm moves it around,
You're supposed to.
Yeah. So, but it did really good. Everybody loved it. So people started doing, it wasn't just like my wife saying, my wife, she had read like 10,000 books. She had a literary scholarship. She had interviewed big authors and stuff. And she's told me straight up, I originally told you your book was probably in the top 5 best books I've ever read. She's like, I didn't really know you that well. I didn't want to blow your head up, but your book was the best book I've ever read. I could say that honestly right now. And she's right. She's like, I read 10,000 books. She still listens to like 2 to 4 books a week on audio, but still she read. Your book is the best book I've ever read. When you read it, if you read it, you'll see. I'm not blowing smoke.
Listen, I'm reading it. I already told you I gotta read it because I gotta know this. I gotta get the script, man. If it's a 5-minute roll.
Hey, listen, there's a black dude named Henry Charles Davis, which is based on my best friend in The Joint. His real name is Henry Charles Davis. I had a black character. I created his legend, which is the backstory for this character, which he's from south side of Chicago. And he was a hustler. Just like I said, I was telling you how he was supposed to be like the biggest pimp in America. And he sold clothing and costume jewelry, and he did all this stuff. But he created a huge empire, became a multi-millionaire. And the mob needed a black man to be a front man for casino in Detroit because Detroit legalized gambling. And when you had these like white men coming in there to like own these casinos, the community, which voted for this to be legalized, like, no, we want a black man. We need a black man to be, to own a casino here. It's hard to find a freaking black billionaire running around, but they found one. He wasn't a billionaire. He was worth like $100 million, and he got the rest of the money. The mob, gave him the money to start this casino in Detroit. So his name is Henry Charles Davis. But I won't ruin it for you. But there's a part for him, and the main character plays the freaking coldest freaking overlay play on his ass. Dude, true story. He goes to meet him in Chicago. He's in Waterfront Tower, like where Oprah lives. And he goes to meet him. This is after the dude he just got out the joint a couple months, like a year ago. And he's rebuilding his empire. He did 8 years, got a presidential pardon. You'll see. And he goes to see this dude. And the dude, he's got all the security, the black dude and stuff. But he's like, his name is King Falcone. That's why the book's called To Be a King. His name is Omnio. Omnio in Latin means king. So to be a king is the name of the book. His name is Omnio Falcone, but they call him King. So King goes to meet this guy for the first time ever in his, freaking $30,000 a month apartment in Chicago. And the security guards let him in. He's like, yeah, my name is such and such. He says, listen, man, the black dude's like, no, I don't need any bullshit. I know who you are. You're freaking Peter Falcone's grandson. I know who you are. I know what you want. You're not going to squeeze me. I don't. Leone was already, messing the casino up. He was, so Leone's the acting boss, the current boss, who was basically in his casino acting like he owns it, running up markers, just acting like a total jerk off. He's like, so I don't want. And then so the owner, Henry Davis, cuts him off, bans him from the casino. So now the mob is mad at them because like we put you on, we give you the money, got you the permit, got you everything to get in there, got your license, everything, and now you cut us off from the count room. We got to skim. He's like, he's not a problem with that. It's Leone's an idiot. So he thinks that King is there to friggin' put the squeeze on him. So King says, okay, so you know who I am. So you know I'm business. Let me tell you something, man. I want to make an offer to you. I'm going to make you give you an opportunity. And he's like, well, what's that? He goes, first, I need you to trust me. He's like, yeah, I'll never trust you. I don't know who the F you are, F you, whatever. He's like, okay. And then I need $1 million and I need it right now. All right. And the guy's like, man, $1 million freaking dollars. What are you talking about? He's like, I need $1 million and I need it within the next 5 minutes. If you don't, then I'm going to freaking blow up the casino. He's like, you think I'm joking? In your casino right now, call the security. And there's 5 different places throughout the casino as a Claymore mine. You know what a Claymore mine is? Claymore mine is a military style mine that's C4 packed with ball bearings. It's in. We planted it in 5 different locations and remote detonators. Here's what's going to happen. If we detonate those things, a bunch of people are going to die in there, right? Your casino will shut down for years and may never open back up. All the insurance alone, that like the insurance liabilities you may never get a license. It's over for you. Plus, grandma who's got her bingo money sitting in there playing, bingo with whatever. If she goes down, it's going to be bad for you. It's over. So I need $1 million and I need it now. He said, you think I'm bluffing? Call your casino. Tell your freaking floor manager, your eye in the sky. Look around. If there's a guy, whatever. So he says, all right, man, I got no choice. So he calls them. He says, I got a guy there. He's going to walk. You're going to walk him into the count room. You're going to count him out $1 million. You're going to put it in a duffel bag. And he's going to walk out the front. So that's what he does. Keep in mind. So the dude has no choice. The guy walks in there. They get him the $1 million. He walks back out. And then King opens up a briefcase, pulls out a bearer bond. You know what a bearer bond is?
What is it?
A bearer bond is like a bill, $1 million bill. It's basically the same power as cash. It's like a check that's been proven it's legit. It's a certified check. It's called a bearer bond. He opens his briefcase, pulls it out, hands him $1 million bearer bond. Dude's like, what the hell is this? He's like, that's the $1 million I just took from you. Have it back. I'm not here to steal from you. I'm here to prove to you I can be trusted. I could take your money. I could take your $1 million right now. I just walked out of your casino with $1 million. He's like, but I'm not here to do that. Here's your $1 million. So the guy's like, oh, well, what do you want from me? He's like, I want you to be my partner. I want you to be the face of a casino. I want you to help me invest in a casino. Help me build a casino on an island in the Caribbean. A casino that's made for high rollers. A super whale casino. Like Fantasy Island type casino.
Yeah.
He's like, are you out of your freaking mind? That would cost freaking $10 billion or whatever. He's like, I can get the money. I don't ruin the book, but he's got connections. He's got a bunch of mob bosses who got a bunch of money put up, illegal money, and they want to find a way to legalize it. And he's the one to do it. So anyways, that's that character, Henry Davis, maybe you can play him, bro.
Come on, man. I'm telling you, cause that sounds like some speed right there, baby. And you listen, when you was explaining the situation, I hope the people, when they looking at this, that shit was captivating right there. If y'all wasn't captivated by that, to go get this damn book, because I know after we get off this motherfucker, I'm about to get an order, because everything's shut down. But man, ordering, you can order anything you want.
Yeah.
Yo,
order it,
bro.
Order it. That's nothing, bro. You haven't seen nothing. I'm telling you, man, it'll blow your freaking mind. If you go to volume 2 of my book and look on there, it's unbelievable. It has perfect 5-star reviews. You know how hard that is to have perfect 5-star? I mean, every single person who's reviewed it has given it a 5-star. Everyone. So that's very hard to do. If you go look up some of the best-selling authors in the world right now, the biggest sellers, and they got like 3.8, 4.2, 4.5 maybe. Perfect 5 is impossible. I got it. The reason for that is because volume 2 is where the real story. There's a super crazy twist in the plot, and it just blows your mind at the end. It's just like you're gonna go, "What the f did I just read?" It'll leave you in shock for days, man. For days. My wife was on the floor crying at the end of the book, crying. Everybody does. I read the book 20 times and I didn't do whatever, and I get to the end and I cry. And I wrote it. It's my story. It's very powerful. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
I've had people mad at me, like, because the way it ends is you kind of don't know.
Don't say no. Don't do. Listen, understand this. That's what I did. I am a reader. Like I love, like, prison. Like how you say you was in 22 hours. The first jail I went to was a jail for young men. It was a max for young men. It's called Gladiator School, Cass.
Oh yeah, they got one in Michigan.
And I was in there. And we locked up for damn near 17, 18 hours a day. We're in the cell. So all you could do is read, just read. So hold it, let me grab it, because I want to be mad at you. I want to be mad at you too. Yeah. I personally want to text you and cuss you out and say,
dude, fine. You're in for a treat, man. I mean, it's a very unique book. I'm about to publish another book this year called The Snowman Chronicles, which is about two cocaine kingpins that are one is tied to the mob and one is tied to a cartel. And it's not like you think. It was just very, very strange happenstances. They end up having to move into the same neighborhood and the same street and never set out to be dope dealers, but they kind of got in the weed game, and one thing leads to another. It is a huge story, bro. Huge. I mean, you're talking cartel. They buy a $700 million freaking fleet of freighters. 700 million freighters to move freight all over the world. Well, they buy a legitimate freight company to move freight. Then they buy like 1,000 companies all over the world that manufacture everything, and they make everything. And what they do is use those as front business to move cocaine and other drugs around the world. And these are two dudes, are the two facilitators of it all. They actually become Canadian diplomats, and they become like not ambassadors, but can't think of they're like ambassadors for Canada, because it's a fluke thing, because the Canadian government's involved on it. They found out that they were smuggling dope into Canada through British Columbia through fishing boats. They're taking these fishing boats and bringing in all this cocaine from Colombia. And of course, the Minister of Interior basically has a sit down with them and says, I know what you're doing. So here's the thing. I need 20%. And I'll freaking hook you up. And he's like, on top of that, I'll give you some diplomatic status and blah, 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 blah. So you're, protected. Meaning when you travel and you have diplomatic status, you can have an attaché case and nobody can search it. You have money in it, drugs in it, guns in it, doesn't matter. If you're a diplomat, they can't search nothing. So they give him this diplomatic status, and then one day he calls him and says, listen, I need a favor. We got this event at the UN. We need somebody to go there and represent, Canada. And these guys are like, what? Like, just go there, sit down, have dinner, have a couple of drinks, and just say, you're these diplomats. So it's in Luxembourg. They guys go there, and they end up meeting this, like, Prince of Luxembourg dude who's like a baller with a castle, and they go hang out with him, and he introduces them to their other boys that are like these huge billionaires in Monaco, and they're hanging out with these dudes. Before you know it, the dude's buying a fighter jet from a Kuwaiti king. It's crazy, dude. The stuff that these dudes are doing is nuts, man. They get deep, and it's not like it's far-fetched. You'll see as they build this empire, they have so much money and disposable income to where they can just, the guy wanted a fighter jet. How do you get a fighter jet? He's like, well, you can buy a Russian MiG, but that's old junk. He's like, I want like a new, like an F-14 or better. Like, you can't buy that. They don't sell those in America. You can't get one. You can just not, and then they decommission them. He's like, somebody's got to know somebody. So he's like, I think I got a guy, the Prince of Luxembourg. He's like, I got a friend. He's in Monaco. Meet us down there next week, and I'll introduce you. And for the race, the Le Mans race or whatever, the F1 race. You know what the F1 is? F1 is no joke. The guy owns the F1 team. It's a $100 million race team. Introduces them. That's when he says, listen, I'm looking to buy an F-14. The guy's like, I know I'm friends with the Prince of Kuwait. America during the Iraqi war left a bunch of old planes there. I think they're decommissioned, but if you get one, they can refurbish it. So they fly there and they meet this crazy fan, and they go out to this like old airport with these fighters. He's like, how much for one? And the Prince is like, you can have it. And he gives them this F-14 fighter. I mean, it's crazy stuff that they do. So that's my next book, bro. I write big books, big crazy books.
Listen, man, I gotta get that. I gotta get the first, to be a king. I gotta get that, and I'm gonna volume 1, volume 2, and the Snowman Chronicles sound like that's amazing. Hey, yo, listen, man, I can talk to you, keep you on all day, bro.
So let me just finish. I'll tell you that you wrap it up. I'm gonna tell you one other thing I want readers and your watchers to do. I write something called the Lindbloom Chronicles, right? So you go to my website, Gunner Detroit, right? GunnerDetroit.com. At my website is everything I do. You can see interviews, things like that. But there's something called Lindbloom Chronicles. It's a series of 21 short stories that I wrote about my life before prison, about growing up in a mafia family. They're really good. People love them, and they've been read like 3 million times. So we are shopping them as like a Netflix series, or for HBO or Netflix or Amazon, and they're dope, bro. Once you read them, go there and read them. They're free. You just go there. They're published by NCS, National Crime Syndicate, which is the world's largest highbrow mafia true crime website. I write for them, and they are the best in the game. And they publish it, and you read them. They're freaking, you're nuts. So just to give you a good idea of what I do, but they're nothing like the books, though. They're not nearly as good as the book. The books are next level.
You said they're free. Where do you go again to read them at?
So you can get them at National Crime Syndicate, but the way to get them, the easiest way is go to my website, Gunner Detroit, and then there's a link there. It says Lindbloom Chronicles. There's a picture of me in a leather coat with like some blood splatter on the wall, and then it just says Lindbloom Chronicles. Click it, takes you right there, and read those. And then, so those are really good. And I write something called The Syndicate, which is another series. I write The King Chronicles, which are basically short stories based on the characters from my novels. So the people who want more of King and that story, I wrote 5 short stories that are just day-to-day operations of King and his crew, connected at teasers, you know. And then of course my Art Thing Apparel. The last thing I want to tell you about is Art Thing Apparel. So Art Thing Apparel, I was promoting my book on all these Mafia fan groups. There's so many Mafia fan groups, man. It's like, I didn't know. I got out of prison. There's like hundreds and hundreds of these fan groups, and everybody talks about Mafia. They're all into the Mafia thing. I'm like, yeah, I just published in a book I wrote. So I took a hoodie and put a cover of my book on a hoodie, right? And then I posted a picture in like a Facebook group, a big one. And on the back, it said Detroit Art Thing. So you see the back of this one? It should say Detroit Art Thing, right?
Yep, it do.
So on the back, I just had Detroit Art Thing. Because you do know what art thing means, right?
No,
okay,
explain it.
Okay, so you've heard the term La Cosa Nostra?
Yes.
Okay, that's the Italian term for mafia. La Cosa Nostra. In English, it means our thing. That's it. So when you hear La Cosa Nostra, that just means that's just saying our thing. So I just put Detroit because I'm from Detroit. The book's about a Detroit mafia family, and then I put our thing. Then I posted a picture of it. All of a sudden, I started getting all these messages like, "Yo, I want one of those, hoodies. Can I get one? But I'm from New Jersey, or I'm from Brooklyn, or I'm from Chicago. Can you get one that says Chicago Art Thing?" Well, I'm like, I talked to the printer. He's like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I made another design. I think this is one of them. My wife made this one. And if you look, and then I posted the picture of this, and they're like, "Oh, I want one of those, but I'm from Miami. I want Miami Art Thing on the back." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So next thing you know, we start designing, we start expanding. Now we sell dope ass like Adidas style tracksuits, badass leather coats, gym bags, hats, everything you can imagine. We sell it, man. All dope high end stuff. And on the back, is Your City Art Thing with our logo. That's our logo in the middle. We call that the silent gangster. And so we sell dope ass stuff, bro. Everything. So
that's fire. I got to get the Buffalo Art Thing. Now I got to get one. I got to get the Buffalo Art Thing.
Yeah, come on. We have fleeces, hoodies, jackets, windbreakers, everything. I get Buffalo, no problem. It say Buffalo Art Thing on it.
Gunner, that's dope, bro. Yo, listen, this man right here is such an inspiration, man. I swear to God, I done made this man over this time us talking. He's become my mentor. He is literally my mentor. And I don't even say this about me. He's literally my mentor. He's killing him. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
He's a woman.
You trying.
Man,
if I leave with a message, I would just say this. We both had the same haircut. But I'm gonna say this. I'm proof that I'm not to where I want to be yet or even close, but I'm proof that if you grind and if you focus, you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? You can find a good woman, you can have a good life, you can have a good career. Dreams do come true. I've been on Fox News Live. I've been featured in the Huffington Post. Dude, I'm a convict. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guy who's fresh out of prison in the Huffington Post. So if anything, I can do. I live my dream. If I show you where I live, man, I'm gonna show you where I live real quick.
Yeah, come on, man. Show me where you live, man.
What happened here?
It probably connection.
I don't know why.
Tap the screen, press the screen.
Why is it stopping?
Yo, tap your screen and press the camera. See what happened. I want to see how he living, man. Cause I know he doing it.
It keeps popping up and then going down. Hold on, I'm gonna get it. There we go.
There we go.
So, yeah, where I live in the country, in the middle of Missouri, and the Ozark Mountains is absolutely quiet, beautiful. There's my chicken coop right there. My chicken's in there.
He got chickens, man.
He got
chickens in the chicken coop, man.
There's my
freshly
Jeep right
fried.
There. I think I told you about my Jeep. I don't know if you can see it.
Look at that beast. Look at the beast.
That thing's dope. That's Ominous Maximus. My chickens. But I'm gonna show you like there's my house.
Come on, man. I can see it, man.
So I mean, this is where I'm saying my message was that anybody can do anything, anyone can be anywhere. You can find a good woman. The thing is, you just have to change. You have to want to change. If you will change for the better and say, you know what, I'm gonna walk away from dumb stuff. I'm gonna walk away from being an idiot. I'm gonna actually try to be a good person. I'm going to try to pursue a career. I'm going to try to, make things happen. I'm going to apply myself every day. When I was in prison, I wasn't on the yard, I telling war stories. I was in my cell writing novels, bro. You know what? Look where I live now. There's my dirt bike.
Come on.
There's my quad right there.
Come on, man.
I mean, my wife's, look at the Arthane quad. You look at the quad. See the headlight?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. There. I see it.
Yeah. So that's the thing is, if you apply. So I got to the point in the joint where I was like, you know what, man, I'm changing my life. I'm trying. If you do that, something, it'll happen. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not to the point where my career is. I don't got FU money yet, but I have the potential to have FU money tomorrow. So I'm one phone call away from having FU money, meaning F all you, I'm out. You won't see me no more. I'll be fishing if you need me. So anybody can do that if you work hard and apply yourself. It's possible. But are the people? People make excuses, man. They want to say, "Oh, I can," or this, that, man. Listen, if you make excuses, then you probably can. But if you say, you know what, I'm going to, or I can, you can. You're doing it right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason I reached out to you. You got me on the line because I saw your video. I'm like, you know what? I like this guy's style. He's funny. He's cool. He's real. He ain't trying to play hard. I told that to my wife before I got on the phone with you. I'm like, this dude ain't trying to play hard gangster role. Nothing. He's just keeping it real, telling what it's like in prison, telling real stories, whatever. Humbly, being humble. I like that. I don't need him to have 1 million subscribers. I'll jump on the show and we can kick it. So you never know. Maybe he gets 1 million subscribers and I end up being his favorite show or whatever. But I mean, you're working right now. You're trying. And the fact that you trying is what got me on the freaking line with you. It's making me email you. So I respect that. And people who are trying, I want to help them. But people who don't want to help themselves, come on now. You gotta help yourself. I was saying, look at this view. Can you see this view?
Man, can I? Man, can I come hunting, man? Can I come hunting, man?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
This is my yard. Isn't that crazy?
Man, we're going to make s'mores, man. We're going to make. Y'all see, man, the man got the man. You see the man yard, man. Man, listen.
Yeah, we have fires all the time. I'm a fireman. I always have fire. Man, I don't know how much of that view you can see, but dude, it's freaking
man. You can see everything, man.
Yeah, on top of my own mountain. 4 years ago, I was in prison, thinking, man, if I could just get home. Now I got 2 novels out that I'm known around the world. I have my own line of apparel. I got a couple other things going on I can't even talk about that are freaking nuts. But if they go, you'll know. I'm the founder of a social network called Infinite, and I can't talk about it really, but it basically it's artificial intelligence and virtual reality meet each other to connect people in a way that's never been done, and it's gonna happen. And when it does, people who know me as a writer, they won't even remember I'm a writer. They're going to go, that's the dude who created Infinite. How did I do that? How the F did I I'm not even a tech guy, dude. That's another way you know God is real. I'm not a tech guy. How did I create the formula to make the next biggest social networking platform on the planet? I'm a creator. I create things, but I'm not a tech guy. But I had this idea the thing. So I mean, I could get a movie deal tomorrow. I could get, anything could happen at any given time when you're in my position. But the key is put yourself in that position. Meaning, like right now, you keep working and doing what you're doing, building up your following and whatever, and you'll put yourself in the position to eventually get a show or get a producer behind you that pays to produce a big show because they like the way you talk or like the way you host or whatever. So you gotta constantly be putting yourself in a position for the win. Don't expect the win to come overnight. I think that's the mistake people make. They think that I try and I fail, and then they're like, man, no, I ain't meant for it. I can't do it. No, bro, you gotta constantly be trying to put yourself in a position to win constantly. And if you do that, eventually you're going to win. Every winner who's ever won did that. They'll tell you the same story. You think it's happened overnight? Nobody walks into Hollywood and gets an acting gig and becomes freaking Robert De Niro. You know what I'm saying? Most take years of trying to get in. Nobody becomes anything. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO of someplace, which, guy's a CEO or whatever. That guy who's CEO of Lear Corporation I told you about, he told me straight up, he used to be a street hustler. It took him 20 years to be raised up to the top of the 198th ranked CEO in the world, making $14 million a year. So, I mean, that's why he related to my story really good. So I'm just saying, you have to just keep taking baby steps. And then one day, boom, it happened. But you got to make sure that's your message. That should be the message you always share with your listeners and your followers and your viewers. Because if you can continue that positive message of inspiration, not only are you going to win, because God gets behind that, but you're going to help a lot of people. That's the key, right?
That's the key.
All right. Guys coming out of prison, don't be scared. Don't make excuses. Just whatever. Go grind. Go hustle. It may take like a lot of work in the beginning, like where you got to just buckle down. I don't care if you got to work at McDonald's, man. Grind your ass off and then save your money and then save $500 and put it towards your business and buy some equipment for recording or some equipment for this equipment. And it might take a year, but guess what? In a year, you start your business and then you start making money, legit money. Before you know it, you're making more money for a minute. And soon, a couple of years, listen, you done did it. You know what I'm saying? You made it. That's anybody. So it doesn't mean just because you went to prison doesn't mean you can't make it. You just got a late start, That's
a fact. Yo, Gunner, man. Thank you, man. Yo, thank you for reaching out to me, man. Thank you, man, for the encouragement. Man, bro, you don't know, like, it'd be stuff like this that really have me like, yo, everything's possible, man. So, man, shout out to you and everything you got going on. I wish you all the success in the world. Man, that Infinite, I'm definitely keeping that in mind, man, because that sounds like something that's about to just take off. And when it do, if I get a percentage in stock, I'm going to invest. If
you get a percentage of that, you'll be a billionaire. Even if you got 1/10 of 1% of that, you'll be a billionaire. So
man, it's locked. Man, that's why when you said it, it locked in my mind already, man. So yo, bro, you officially, man, I would say uncle, man, because I mean, I don't want to disrespect you for being older, but man,
I'm older.
Man, you officially became an uncle, man. Hey, yo, thank you, bro. Yo, it's that life is spent. # prison talk, # in and out. Man, go check them books out, y'all. Hey, man, listen.
Let me throw my plugs out one last time. I have a new YouTube channel with a new series called My Thing, where I just basically tell stories about my life in the past, life in the pen, life kind of like this, and then my life now, like things I'm doing now. And then there's like other videos thrown in there from like hunting and fishing and some of the fun stuff that I do. So it's just Gunner Detroit. So if you just go to YouTube, Gunner Detroit, then my website is gunnerdetroit.com. And then on Facebook, you can follow me at author Gunner Allen Lindbloom. And then Instagram is Gunner Detroit. And then my books are To Be a King. They're on Amazon, they're on Audible, they're on iTunes, about a mafia family. And my clothing line is Our Thing Apparel, which again, we customize to your city. There's 31 designs. We sell everything. So it's ourthingapparel.com. So hook it up, man. All you got to do is order something, man. I'll hook you up. It's sent right to your crib.
Man, listen, I'm ordering my Buffalo, man. I'm about to put that 7-1 half a dozen. Our Thing. Come on. Man.
Put it.
Yo, thank you, man.
Yep, no problem, bro. Holler at me if you need me, bro.
Got you.
Yeah, God bless, brother.
God bless you too.
How do I stop?